quick update on this pile. Yeah, I see you. I'm talking about you. Shop dog and the shop fan. Anyway, she's rubbed down on 400, looking flat. We did have a mishap there that I'm gonna get digging to here in a second. Had the DA with a 400, sending it, you know, trying to cheat a little bit, getting her done, and dug a little hole or a ridge or whatever you want to say in the primer. So dug down decent, so I just hit her with a little bit of the glaze to bring it back up. This USC, I like USC stuff, and Evercoat anyway. But other than that, it's going good. I fired it up after I had rubbed her down with the 400, untaped it and all that stuff. Took it down the road, and you know, all was well, and then it just started sputtering and spitting real bad. Well, the primaries, not the jets, but anyway, primary circuit, all one, and then some of the other was clogged up pretty good. So I can't even believe I made it back to the house. But so I tore the carburetor apart, cleaned it up, and she's good to go. I don't know if I've even showed this, but that's what it's got. Just a small block Chevy with a blower on it. It should run all right. Anyway, probably running about 6 pounds at that pulley. But I got a few other different pulleys in a bucket over there. I'll pull around with it. That might be 5.5 pounds. I'll put a bigger pulley on it just to break the motor in. Anyway, you know, progress has been slow, and I've talked about it, but progress is made in a half hour at a time. Don't get in a hurry with a enthralled project like this. I mean, when you're working a job and family responsibilities. So, but I think I'm still doing okay, considering all things considered. So I'm gonna repair that door here when I had a little amateur hour there with the DA, and continue on. Let me know in the comments what you think. But with epoxy, spraying epoxy as a sealer before the base coat, you know, you can get away with 400 scratches even with a metallic, but I may just go ahead and put 600 on the DA, the little short stroke DA, and an interface pad, and, you know, take her down just real light at 600 grit and then spray it. I don't know. I'm usually a 400 guy. So, let's see. This used to be part of a junkyard, part of a little parts junkyard, and of course, you know, I'm smart enough to do the burning barrels next to the, you know, grass and everything. An old lady set the yard on fire, and I lost a bunch of drainage pipe and stuff, so that was kind of cool. But I thought, you know, that's how you have a good time. Do have a new project I guess I could throw on here. Look at that pile. 75 W300 Power Wagon. 1 ton four-wheel drive, 360. It's set for 30 years. It's actually not in horrible shape. Door bottoms, rockers, you know, your regular usual suspects, but it's not bad. Seats out of the rear of a conversion van. But I'd like to put a Cummins 12 valve in it, but don't know about that. Stuff's pretty high. And the pumpkin on my Dana 60 in the front is on the wrong side for all of that. So probably just roll with the 360 for now. It's got the split wheels, so the old Widowmaker wheels. trying to get me another solid set of wheels rounded up. I'm going to have to piece 6 of them together, but anyway, let me know what you guys think. You know, I kind of like doing videos. I haven't done one in a while, but might do a video on sanding, but that's kind of boring. I kind of maybe like to see a little bit of it, but then just explain it. I like hearing things just explained to me, but not even going to guide code it the next time. So just going to take her down with 600 grit, get the 400 scratches out probably. With that, can't think of anything. The S10. It's still sitting out here. I haven't messed with it, but I've collected parts as I generally do. So I got the transcooler. I got the Terminator X-Max to run it. I was just going to use a factory computer, but what the heck. So the goal is to spray this thing. I continue to clean the shop. I'm going to spray the car in here. I've sprayed in worse conditions. I used to just spray them outside, but I got a 4-lane next to me and stuff, too much traffic. So I'm going to do it in here. I believe it'll be okay. I'm going to open this door, might build a little thing with some fairness filters on that door there and just close the door on it. Then on this door here, I got these 3 box fans I've been playing with. I might build a little wall to even that out and then set the door on those fans and the little wall deal to kind of make a, you know, cross draft booth kind of a situation to get the fog out of here, because the real thing's not really the airflow as, you know, as much as drawing out the overspray after a coat. Because when you spray, for instance, paint or whatever, you know, that stuff's propelling in there at the same time. And also your solvents and things are, you know, flashing off. So the airflow's kind of cool, but for that. But the overspray dries in the air, and then it just falls down on your paint, your base clear or whatever, and basically it's turning into dust in the air, and then it just falls down in your paint. So when you got that air going, it just kind of pulls that stuff out and down. So I've never sprayed in a spray booth. I've always sprayed outside, or since I've been here, I've sprayed in here. But this is a really nice car. Trying to do a really nice job, so I'm going to clean everything up as much as I can. I'm not even sure if I'm going to wet the floor. I'm not quite sure on that, because sometimes your air hose and your feet and stuff can splash around and do weird stuff. I don't know. We'll see about that. You can do a good job without even wetting the floor, but guaranteed I'm going to get dirt and stuff is going to get in this paint job. But you know what? That stuff happens even in a paint booth. That's part of painting a car. It's just a part of the frustration. But part of being a good body and paint man is being able to fix that stuff when it does happen, because it's going to happen. You know, stuff getting in your airlines, you know, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to stop that stuff totally. But I think what separates a good paint and body man is being able to fix that stuff and being successful. So what we're going to do is we're going to I'll go with like 3 coats at least. We'll see what happens with clear. And then I will sand it down, and I'm gonna have to do the stripes over the clear anyway, the way I'm gonna do it. So, but I'm gonna sand the whole car down. then tape everything off except for the stripes, spray the stripes, pull that back off, and I'll have to sand the, because it'll be longer than a day, I'll have to sand the black base coat for my stripes down and, you know, blow the car off, untape it, tape it back, whatever. And I'm just gonna, you know, I gotta spray the stripes anyway with clear, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do an entire flow coat over the whole car, and then after buffing it or sanding it down, and then buff the flow coat or whatever. So that'll be a first time for me doing a flow coat. I'm trying to do a good job on that part of it. Used to color sand back in the day, but you know, I guarantee I'm gonna have to cut and buff this thing, but where I got to spray the stripes, might as well just do a flow coat over it and then do that. So it's quite a bit of work, but it should be okay. I don't know. I'm a glutton for punishment. Got a new sander. It's the I had a Harbor Freight one, and it was your more general length of stroke. I think it's a 3/16 stroke on the DA part, or the orbital part, or whatever you want to say. But this is a short stroke, so it's like a 332 stroke. So that's really nice for, like, you know, 400 and, you know, all that real light grit stuff, you know, like an interface pad and things like that. Real nice. So it's pretty nice, pretty quiet. They call it the Onyx. I put the old PSA pad on there but that's probably what I'll go across this in 600 if I do the 600 and get her done. So I'm probably rambling, you know, that's what happens when you're not a professional at doing videos or anything, or doing anything for that matter. Well, believe it or not, this shop is quite a bit cleaner. These can be put up. Those are just mobile work table things that I move around. I got rid of that table that was undone, like right here, and had all my bodies, shop tools basically all over it. So I cleaned all that up and able to move a little bit more here. Space to spread this car out and take that Turbo 400. And I'm gonna throw that, and I got an old Muncie here that I came across. Anyway, I'm gonna take them and just stack them under here for later. I need to do that now, actually. Nah, why do now what you can put off till later, right? But well, that's all I can think of. Let me know if you guys want me to do a video on that Power Wagon. I did a few things to it already. Like I said, I've been spread thin. Been dealing with we've been calling it butt COVID. So it's like everyone's been sick all summer, so I'm starting to feel better from that. But I got to put a starter on this thing and then fire it up and then go from there. This thing is sweet. This thing has not been touched since probably 91. It's sat. So it had a service bed on it. It was a mechanic's truck, and then they put a flat bed on it. They didn't bolt it down, but I think I'm going to skirt it like a welding rig setup. So there I go, rambling again. So I'll catch you later.